This is the At Home with Zac
and TT, reporting on the game that's just finished at the Den. Unfortunately, once again, we weren't there. But it finished Millwall 3, Cheltenham Town
1.
Oh no, number 1. In the second round of the Carabao Cup, which puts us through to the third round. And who have we got, Zac?
Sheffield United or Burnley, isn't it?
What a glamour time that baby is. Burnley or Sheffield United.
I hope we don't get Sheffield United, because last year in the FA Cup, didn't we get knocked out by them?
Yeah, they beat us quite comfortably.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got recent history against Sheffield United, a very strong team. Burnley managed by Sean Dyche, an ex-Millwall player, ex-Millwall captain.
He also looked like one of my Legos, remember that?
Well, you just tried to sound on like him, like your throat's going,
Yeah.
Sound like Sean Dyche.
I used to have a Lego that was ginger, and it looked exactly
beard,
like
didn't
him. Yeah, it looked exactly like him.
But anyway, yeah, that's what we've got coming up in the next round. But this round, we've done another professional performance against a battling League Two side. I thought that actually Cheltenham Town gave a good account of themselves up until the final third for pretty much the entire game. You know, they passed the ball around at times really well. They got the ball into their strikers early, and Alfie May will walk away from that game and feel disappointed he probably didn't get on the score sheet, because I felt like he had a decent game.
He did have a decent game. He's quite quick as well, but
obviously had an offside goal, but ultimately the class told in that, you know, the goals, the well worked goals from Millwall. We had a bit of luck as well for the third goal. But we'll move on to the starting lineup. Obviously, we started with Bartosz Biliakowski in goal. Had a back three. We still played with the 5. I think it was more of a 3-4-2 formation. The wing backs were very high up the pitch, so we couldn't really call it a 5 at the back. It was more 3-4, and then 2. And so we started with Bart in goal. We had a back three of Hutch, Cooper, and Murray Wallace. Left. Am I keeping you up? It's a tough day at school.
I always yawn in the drive home. I don't know why. It's just weird.
Because he has to listen to me, I suppose. In the centre of midfield, we had Ryan Woods and Ryan Leonard. The kind of left midfield or left wing back and right wing back was Shane Ferguson on the left, Marlon Romeo on the right, and up front. So it's 4-3-3, not 3-4-3, not 3-4-2. So, and then we had 3 up front with not Shane Ferguson. We had Connor Mahoney drifted either right or left, Tom Bradshaw, and then Matt Smith up front. And the first thing I must say is that it was a game where Matt Smith showed his absolute class in terms of...
He was good. Just the balls that got played into him weren't good enough, because if the balls were good enough, he would have scored 1 or 2 goals today. And it's sad they didn't get... He did get 1, but he should have got maybe a hat-trick or so. And
I took away a few points from this game, and it's in terms of moving forward. You've got Matt Smith, who's a massive handful. You know, he's involved in all 3 goals. The first goal was a ball up to Matt Smith, who nods it down to Tom Bradshaw. Bradshaw's
good ball from Bradshaw, and then a banging finish by Leonard right into the bottom corner.
You know,
which you see by Leonard, an outside of the box strike. It's not like Hull. It weren't as good as Hull, but it was a strike that was just as good as it, because it was an important goal as well. So
it was well taken. You know, Bradshaw's taken his time. He couldn't get in behind, so he's laid it back to Ryan Leonard, who runs onto it, and we know he can hit a good shot. You know, the guy don't score tap-ins. He's scored some absolute banging goals for the Lions, and he's getting more on the score sheet. And what he brings to the team more than what some of the other central midfielders, you know, obviously Sean Williams, is that he's getting into advanced positions and getting, you know, he's dangerous on the edge of the box. So I'm going to take that away from today. The second goal was from the right. You know, Hutch has played a decent ball up to, again, Matt Smith has nodded it on. Ferguson has run down the byline, chipped it with a little deflection over to the far post, where Mahoney's taken a really good finish. And that's literally
right in the top of the net.
Yeah,
in the top corner.
Right in the top of the net. And what I liked was that Mahoney from the start really played with confidence.
I called Dad would score a goal. Dad was like, Bradshaw's going to get a goal today. And I said, Bradshaw's not playing too well. I think Mahoney will get a goal because he's playing really well. And Dad said when Mahoney scored a goal, someone predicted that. I didn't remember. I thought I predicted Bradshaw and he predicted Mahoney.
At least one of us has got a great memory. But he did predict
Yeah.
the goal scorer, and he was right. You know, Conor Mahoney was playing with that confidence, and that's massively important for someone of his ilk. You know, he was taking the ball down well, he was taking players on, and he was even putting a tackle in every now and again. Yes, I know it's League Two opposition, and so you have to take it with a little bit of a pinch of salt. It's not a true reflection of how he's going to play in the Championship, but if he plays with confidence, Conor Mahoney, he's going to have impacts on games moving forward, and it was really good to see today.
He's a good player, and I feel like if Gary Rowett starts him, which he has, I feel like he can get a better player and like play for the Lions and be the best. Maybe it could happen.
He certainly has that potential. And then the third goal was Yuris Galak's come on in the second half. He's dribbled down the wing, crossed to the far post. Ferguson's mishit it. You know,
it was the worst striker. He's literally hit it back.
Yeah, he's hit it. Well, no, it's still gone forward just, but it fell at the feet of Matt Smith, who deservedly got a goal. Like I said, he was involved in all 3 goals.
Exactly what Mahoney's finish was, but not from the side, straight on.
Straight on into the top left-hand corner, and that's what Matt Smith brings to the team. You look at on Saturday and how disappointing John Daddy Budvarsson was, and the lack of impact that he's had. And then again you've got to look at the opposition and factor that in. But Matt Smith just creates problems for defences. He gives us something different. He he's not easy to mark. You know, he was very frustrated on a couple of occasions, like Zac said earlier, where the ball should have come into the box and didn't come in.
Like Marlon Romeo, he was running in the box, and he just took that little touch, and it just went out of play. Like, you've got to cross that in, because Matt Smith was at the back post, ready to head that in, and you could see the frustration. It was like, damn it! But I'm happy for Matt Smith that he got the goal that he deserved today.
And we'll just quickly go through the ratings. I thought Bartosz didn't have much to do. He made a mistake.
He punched the goal.
It was an error
into the goal.
Of epic. It was an error worthy of Jordan Archer. I can say no more than that. You know,
that was a Jordan Archer. I
think it was Azaz come on, played reasonably well actually. He turned a couple of players after that one and got his shot away, but he's had a shot from about 30 yards out, and Bart's got to be better, and he punched it into the back of the net.
Literally bang, and then it went past him.
He doesn't make many mistakes, Bart. But for today's game, he's going to get 5. I thought the back 3 done reasonably well. You know, they were put under a bit of pressure, certainly by the striker from Cheltenham who was I said his name, but it's gone from me. Alfie May, was it?
Alfie May, yeah.
Who's, you know, his movement really did put him under. And what I don't like about our central 3, who no matter who it is a lot too many times they back off. You've got cover.
They're like the Lions sometimes, because
one
player goes for the ball, and then the other player goes for the ball, but they're just like, nope, don't want to go for the ball.
They just back off and allow a player to get a shot away. And we need to work on that. It's something that moving forward we need to nullify attacks. I think you comfortably give them all for it's either 6s or 7s. Marlon looked lively.
It's a hard choice with the defence today, because sometimes they were good, but sometimes they just let their strikers through to have a shot.
Yeah, like I said, it was a
nair performance.
An up and down performance. So 6s and 7s across the board. I thought Marlon Romeo looked lively going forwards. You know, he was willing to take on players. Really steps us up a level. You know, he at the moment I think he's irreplaceable at the right wing back position. Obviously, Scalak came on in the second half and done the assist for the third goal.
It weren't.
But there's no replacing Marlon Romeo.
He's not that great of a player.
Fergie done okay. You know, I thought his touch was a little bit off today.
Shot, when it come to him from across,
he was.
He tried to smash the ball, but it went behind him.
Yeah.
And it didn't work at all. Same with the Matt Smith one. It was just his shots from crosses weren't good today. So
I thought Tom Bradshaw worked again. He didn't create enough chances.
he had a big head injury. Like he had a cut there, and it was bleeding all over. Like it was quite bad. But
he did. And Ryan Woods again got caught in possession a couple of times. I'd say today.
He's just a good player.
But he is a good player.
He's just a good small player that likes to go in for tackles.
And he likes to get on the ball.
And he was pushing back as well today, weren't he? Which I liked, because I thought he was in defence, and from a midfielder you really need that. It's like Jake from the Lions. He pushes back when we need him.
Yeah. What you mean is he comes deep to get the ball, gets on the ball, and then plays out from the back. And I think that's what he gives us more than anybody else in the team. You know, Williams does that. But I said to Zac earlier, the fact that Woods always seems to know what's around him. He made a mistake once today, but he very rarely ever makes the mistake. He can turn
Williams, when he's looking at a place, he just passes it off. He doesn't turn. He just passes it to that place. So if he gets the ball and he's looking back, he just passes it straight back.
Yeah, but it takes the sting out of games, and Williams is really good at doing that. But what Woods gives us that extra level, and he's done that again today. Obviously, that's now us through to the third round of the Cup, and we move on. A disappointing home game on Saturday against, a decent Stokes side, but neither team's created enough for me. And we were away for the weekend, went down to Somerset and to celebrate. Although I still watched the game on my iPhone.
It was Dad was inside, whilst we was in the backyard pool. Like he was just there watching the game.
So there's no drive home or home for that, because we weren't at home, and Zac weren't watching it with me, so I didn't think it was worth reporting on. But
I was enjoying myself at Somerset in the pool.
He was. But we'll go forward now, and we'll see what we do on Saturday. There'll be an at home with that one. But we're through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. You can ask no more than that. My man of the match was Matt Smith. Your man of the match was Conor Mahoney. Can't argue with that. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't done. No one likes us.
We don't care.